Hello guys, and here is the next episode of the most interesting urban development news from around the world. By the way, I make these episodes weekly, so subscribe to the channel not to miss the future content. And before we start, I'd like to thank to all my amazing Patreon supporters. The Israeli Ministry of Transportation has approved the start of Jerusalem metro network planning, and now the next step is to launch a tender for the master plan for the project. Currently, the city is served by a single light rail line plus the underground section of the A1 main rail line. The initial planning for the Jerusalem metro began 5 years ago at the Hebrew University. Designs were based on the international standard of 3 to 4 subway lines to serve a city of 2 million people. Jerusalem's subway is likely to be built at a depth of 30 to 40 meters with some sections at ground level. This city in general is standing on limestone rock, and the complexity of tunneling near archaeological and religious sites means that the first line will take 15 years to complete. And also the municipality announced that extension at both ends of the L1 light rail line will be open to passengers by the end of November. Meanwhile, a new generation of Alstom trams was officially presented in Berlin. The new trams are more than 50 meters long and are called UrbanLiner. They are planned to be used primarily on Berlin's busiest tram line M4, which serves about 100,000 passengers per day. Starting from the first quarter of 2025, the new vehicles will gradually replace coupled GT6 wagons previously used on the M4 line. And here is a very small news item from my subscriber in Stockholm. Recently, they renovated the kindergarten yard there, but something went wrong with the vertical planning and the rain inlet ended up above the path level, which now collects a large puddle. Well, mistakes happen everywhere, although maybe children even like it. I guess. At least when I was a kid, I loved jumping in puddles so much. So we'll see if they'll fix it. I'll keep you up to date. Meanwhile, some Boston subway trains have got googly eyes. As transportation officials said, the quirky stickers attached to several trains are meant to make passengers smile. This idea was proposed by a small group of enthusiasts who contacted the transportation department with an unusual request to install eyes on trains. They even brought a package of plastic Google eyes to the MBDA headquarters. And at the moment, eyes are attached to 5 trains, 4 on the Green Line and 1 more on the commuter line. Milan plans to achieve zero emissions from public transport by 2030 and will purchase 550 electric buses by 2026. Today, ATM Milan has about 250 electric buses in its fleet out of total of 1,200 vehicles. Until 2026, 550 electric buses will be purchased through 293 million euros public funds and 24 million from ATM resources. ATM's electric plan also includes a comprehensive re-equipment of depots and network infrastructure to support electric buses. Luxembourg's tram network is expanding with the opening of a new 3.7-kilometer section connecting Lux Expo to the Luxembourg Stadium. An important change is the tram's connection to Clodor, the southern quarter of the city, which is currently undergoing a major transformation with several companies opening new offices, including PwC, Deloitte, Foyer, Alterdamus, and many others. A new tram line with 5 stations allows passengers to seamlessly transfer to other modes of transportation such as buses, trains, and bicycles using 2 new transfer hubs. The city expects the number of tram passengers to increase significantly, and to ensure the same headway on the longer route, they have already hired 15 additional drivers. Another 3.9-kilometer section connecting the Kirchberg Plateau to Findel Airport is currently under construction and is scheduled to open in early 2025. In Vienna, they started construction of a new tram line number 12, which will run from Leopoldstadt to Brigittenau and connect 4 Vienna districts with a total population of about 250,000. Passengers can transfer from it to 4 subway lines, U1, U4 and U6, and in the future also to the new U5 line in Arne-Carlsen Park. Completion is scheduled for the fall of 2025. Barcelona will have 25% zero-emission buses in its fleet by the end of 2024. For example, Barcelona's H12 line will be fully electric by the end of the year, as ultra-fast chargers have been installed at both ends of the line and all buses operating there will soon be electric. Currently, TMB has 147 electric buses, and by the end of 2024 it will have 242 zero-emission vehicles, including 196 battery buses and 46 with hydrogen engines. The new infrastructure consists of 2 charging points at each end of the line, and these stations can charge bus batteries in 5 minutes and cost 1.3 million euros. In addition, buses are charged at night at the Zona Franca depot, where a total of 21 chargers are installed at the cost of 3 million euros. And finally, the news from New York, where a real revolution has taken place. A garbage revolution. People there will no longer throw garbage bags on the sidewalks, but will use garbage containers. They even chose the official city model of such a container, which was officially presented by the city mayor Eric Adams. These new containers have wheels and a locking lid, and officials position them as the cheapest containers of the same quality. The containers can be purchased online and are stamped by the New York City Department of Sanitation. Since November 12, all residential buildings with 1 to 9 apartments will be required to put garbage in containers that need to be purchased for about $50. And when this rule is implemented, 70% of all garbage in New York will be collected in containers. This will make streets cleaner and will also help fight the city's permanent problem of rats. Buildings that don't use containers after November 12 until the end of the year will be sent warnings, and fines will be imposed starting January 2nd, 2025. Well, I'm really glad for New York in this regard. This change can really make the city cleaner and more comfortable, cause hails of garbage bags on the sidewalks don't make the city look good. To be honest, it's a bit strange that they've thought about such a basic thing only now, but it's better than never, I guess. Maybe someday the city will be ready for underground garbage containers. By the way, I've never been interested in this story before, but where and why did these trash cans from the old cartoons disappear? And that was all the news for this week. As usual, feel free to write about interesting things happening in your cities, cause it helps to make these episodes much more engaging. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.